Hey guys, so the holiday season is upon us, and whether you're celebrating the winter festival like us, the winter solstice, Yuletide, or Christmas, chances are you have some kind of decorative tree in your home. There is our decorative tree just sat behind me, sparkling away, looking all lovely. Evergreens are a massively popular tradition for a lot of winter holidays. The trouble is though, if you also happen to own kitty cats, they can end up being more trouble than they're worth. Are you licking my finger? Really? Okay. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a few ways to cat-proof your tree and make the holiday season just a little less stressful this year. One thing to keep in mind is that the bigger your tree, the more enticing it will be to your cats. The longer the branch is, the taller it is, the further up they can climb, the more they're going to want to climb it. So if you haven't yet got your tree, I would highly recommend looking into a slightly shorter and slightly thinner style of tree. It doesn't have to be tiny, but just a little on the smaller side. Our tree, for example, is 6.5 foot tall, and it's a slim style tree. Now we got this because we don't have the space for a big full puffy tree, but it's turned out to be really useful for the cats because it's too thin for them to climb. The branches are too short, they can't get a foothold, and especially Bertie, who is a big cat, there is no way he's going to be able to climb that tree. So if you haven't yet bought your tree, I would highly recommend opting for a shorter and slimmer model. And don't be discouraged by the idea that it might not look as nice as a bigger tree, because if I do say so myself, I think our tree looks pretty dashing despite its small size. So let's say you set up your tree and you notice that it's a little bit wobbly, or you've had experiences in the past where your cats have climbed the tree and it's come toppling down. And that's a horrible situation. There's going to be a lot of mess, there's going to be risk for your cat getting injured, and it's just going to be a horrible thing to have to deal with. So it's really important that you make sure your tree is stable, and you can do this in a couple of different ways. You can grab a few big bags of compost, or I've even seen someone suggest big bags of rice if you like a lot of rice. Buy a huge bag of compost or a big bag of rice, plonk it over the legs of your tree just to give it a little extra support in the bottom. Now to give it some extra support up top, you can just purchase some fishing wire if you don't already have it. Put a small hook into your wall. It doesn't have to be anything massive, doesn't have to be noticeable or in the way, but put a small hook in your wall, tie the fishing wire around the hook, and then tie it around the top of your tree, and that will give the top a little support. The bottom will also have support, and then if your cat does climb it, it's less likely to fall over. Hi. Some cats can be really easily discouraged from climbing trees just by making the whole thing a little more effort for them. Some cats are just too lazy to even try, and one way you can do this is by adding decorations inside of the tree. Now not only will this make your tree look fabulous, but it will fill up any spaces that your cat might be encouraged to squeeze through to get up the tree, and instead they might go into the tree and go, you know what? This looks too hard to climb, I'm not even going to try. So buy a dozen large and extra large baubles, place them in all the gaps on the inside of your tree, and just make it harder for your cat to actually find space to get in there. And this for some cats will be enough to stop them climbing it altogether. Most cats will use the central part of the tree to climb up it, so if you can find a way of blocking this off, it can really help discourage them. One way you can do this and still make the tree look lovely is by surrounding the base of the tree with fake presents. All you have to do is get a few empty cardboard boxes. These might be from food, they might be from moving home, they might even be from storing your decorations. And just get those boxes, wrap them up in pretty wrapping paper and pretty ribbon, and place them around the base of your tree. It will look lovely, the cat won't be able to get under there, and you'll be a very happy person. For some cats, citrus is a really horrible smell, so try spraying your tree and around the base of your tree with some citrus infused water and see if that helps to keep them away. Now if you don't like the idea of that, especially around the electrics, then you can alternatively just buy some dried oranges and dried lemon slices and hang them from the base of your tree. Not every cat will be discouraged by the smell of citrus, but some will, so it's worth trying it out, and even if it doesn't work, your tree will smell lovely. So there are all the tips for discouraging a cat. What about the cats that can't be discouraged, the real troublemakers? Well, there are a few ways you can make your tree a little bit safer. Like I said earlier, making sure your tree is weighed down at the bottom and supported at the top is the first thing you should do. Also avoid having any sparkly tinsel on your tree. Cats love sparkles and cats love fluffy stuff, and if you cover your tree in fluffy sparkles, well, you're asking for trouble. Hanging a few large bells around your tree will help to alert you to when your cat is playing in it. These are also good if you have young children that you don't want playing about in the tree. You'll hear them jingling when they're in there and you'll be able to go and shoo them away from it and keep everyone a little safer. Finally, avoid having any glass or ceramic ornaments on your tree. The last thing you want is for your cat to pull them down, shatter them on the floor and hurt themselves or hurt anyone who is walking around barefoot. Plastic decorations don't break easily. Your cat can pull them off the tree and bat them about and they won't even get a scratch on them. They're easy to find, they're very cheap, and if somehow they do get broken or lost, they're very easy to replace. So stock up on plastic decorations and don't think that they're going to look horrible just because they're made of plastic. Not all of them do. If you just have a little bit of a nose around, you'll find some really nice ones that you can guarantee your cat is not going to destroy. Now, if you want to make some personalised ornaments for your tree that are going to be cat friendly, the best thing you can do is pop down to your local arts and crafts shop and pick up a few polystyrene balls, because no matter how many times these fall off the tree, they are never going to break. So buy a few of these, you can cover them in fabric, you can paint them, you can put sparkles all over them, whatever you want to do, and then just grab a little bit of wire, put a little hook in the end of it, and push it through the centre of your polystyrene ball. When it comes out the other side, just push the little hook into the polystyrene ball. That's going to stop the wire from coming out the other way. And then you can just make a hook in the top and hang it from your tree branch. And this can be really good if you have little ones and you want to make some personal items for them. This is a really good option and your cat is never ever going to break it. And there are all my tips for cat-proofing your tree. Now, if you want to see a slightly funnier version of how to cat-proof your tree, Colin Marmalade made a fantastic video on this last year. I will link it below if you want to go and check it out. Definitely worth a watch. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave us a thumbs up to help support the channel. Also, don't forget to share the video with your friends and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.